Plywood presents Mason Wartman. So I didn't want to introduce him because this is the story. If I did the introduction, you guys would lose the whole story. So Mason has an incredible story. You're from Philadelphia, or you live in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm from Philly,
and you started a pizza place.
Yep.
So tell us how that began.
Sure. So I was working in New York on Wall Street doing some finance type work, and I'd kind of plateaued. I'd always wanted to own my own business, and I saw the success and proliferation of the dollar pizza stores throughout Manhattan. If you guys have been there, they're these tiny little storefronts that just turn out dollar slices, $1 plain pizza, by the slice all day long. And I admired that kind of simple business model, simple approach, and I thought it was a concept that could work back home in Philly. So I quit my job in New York, moved back home to Philly, where I'd grown up, and opened Rosa's Fresh Pizza, named it after my mom. And we found ourselves serving a lot of homeless people because it's affordable food, and I was prepared for that from reading about the dollar pizza stores in Manhattan, but sometimes they'd come in short, right? Only 65 cents, 85 cents. And this made its way onto some print media, and one day a customer came in and offered to pre-purchase a slice for the next homeless guy that came in short. So he referenced a tradition in Italy where customers can pre-purchase cups of coffee for people in need, and they can poke their heads in and see if there's anything outstanding. They keep track of it by having an empty cup of coffee on a shelf behind the register. If it's there, they can redeem it. If not, they can go on their way. So I ran out, got a bunch of Post-it notes, and stuck one up to symbolize and remind me and the employees that there is a pizza slice to give away. We told more paying customers. They pre-purchased more slices for people in need. A couple days later, somebody came in with just a couple cents in their cup and asked for a slice. We told them, don't worry about it, keep the change, it's already paid for. Over the last year and a half, we've given away about 30,000 slices of pizza, and we feed like about 100 homeless people a day.
Isn't that awesome?
So yeah.
So as people start looking at pictures, you'll see this, but basically there's a few of these pictures that your entire store is full of Post-it notes now, right? Like there all these Post-it notes.
Yeah.
So people, to walk through it again, you go up, you buy a slice of pizza for $1, and you can buy one for someone in need.
Right.
And you get a Post-it note, you write something on it, and you stick it to the wall.
So we used to use the Post-it notes to maintain inventory, keep track of the pre-purchase system, yes. And we kept them on a wall behind the register. But after about 500 slices, our walls got dirty with flour, and it became unmanageable. So, they'd fall down, and I didn't want to. We would move them to one wall when they got redeemed, so people could in an instant see the progress and status of the program, how many were left outstanding, how many had already been eaten. But now we just keep tracking the register. You can, if you buy 10, you don't have to write 10 Post-it notes, but we make sure to give away 10 slices because when a homeless person comes to the counter, we hit another button to keep track of all the slices that we give away, so we can track it daily. It's much more reliable. We have to transact in the register whether you're a paying customer or a homeless recipient, and so it maintains complete dignity for both parties, and I've just moved the Post-its out into the eating area where people can interact with them and read them and at their leisure, and it's much better than the paint job that I have up there too. So that was a great little windfall too.
Cool. So you first person kind of came up with this idea. You kind of ran with it, and you what's been the response from Philadelphia? Yeah,
I mean it's been tremendous. Like like any startup business, it was very slow, right? So and our immediate area is under a lot of development. Like a lot of buildings have been torn down. There's a lot of vacancy, and thus also a lot of homelessness. So it's just been awesome to see people come from all over Philadelphia to start, and now all over the country and the world. Now that we've gotten so much publicity lately, it's really awesome to see like kind of the universality of the appeal of this program.
And it took you all the way to Ellen?
Yeah.
So what happened? You were on the Ellen show.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
invited you to come share your story?
Yeah, so we were on we were on progressively bigger and bigger print media for this program, and then ABC6, the local 6 affiliate, the local ABC affiliate put a news story about us, and Ellen heard about it through canvassing the internet and invited me to share my story, and that aired January 13th, and just completely blew us up. People from all over the country like us on Facebook, buy our T-shirts, buy pizza for themselves, for people in need. It's been awesome.
So, and she gave you, I don't know if they showed the picture of the as seen on Ellen thing.
I love that thing.
So she in the show, she said, I think I can give you something that'll help your business. And if you see the Ellen picture, I'd love to put up there. But they gave it basically
an as seen on Ellen sign, which was really great too, because it kind of signified, there it is. So it kind of like, I guess, proved to me that like she was involved in the story. She didn't just show up and read the questions that her writers asked for, like asked her to ask. She like was very involved in the process, and my storefront was pretty unappealing at the time, so having that thing there
in the
was
front
really
window
great.
is always a nice thing. So what's been like the hardest thing you've had to overcome? So you had to launch this idea, and it didn't even start with the idea that you became somewhat famous for.
Yep.
And so what's been the hardest part of the process?
I mean, I think the hardest part was, to start definitely figuring out how to make pizza right, because I didn't know how to do that. And so
it's going to be great. We'll launch this pizza shop. We'll sell $1 slice. How do you make pizza? That was
I had a very good finance and business background from working in New York. But the one thing that we made, especially when we started, I didn't know how to do. We sold soda too. I knew how to put that in the cooler though, so that was good. But no, it's a lot of just kind of figuring it out as you go, right? So and I'm very proud to say that like the pizza that we make now is so much better than the pizza we made a year and a half ago. We fine-tune the process, the procedures, the ingredients, the ratios with which we mix them, and like every business, you have to stay focused on the customer experience and the product, and that's what most of my focus is. So, that's definitely been the hardest part. Just like in any business, probably more so with me, because I was starting from no knowledge. Yeah, if someone starts a restaurant, they generally have like culinary expertise. Maybe they've been to school for cooking or something, and I didn't have that. But I kept it simple, which is important. We only make one thing, pizza, and that's like I buy like 10 food ingredients, and so it's been good where I try to limit the distractions, right, that can arise. And that's been important, I think, to our success. So
you told me like you've gotten to know people in your community that are living on the streets, and so that's been a part of the process for you. As you've provided food for these people, you start to have relationships with them, right? Yeah, absolutely. So coming from New York again, I was exposed to the Wall Street culture, right, where people are certainly living comfortably, right? And now coming back to start this business, especially with the program that we have in place, I've just learned a ton about poverty, right? Poverty in general, in all its forms, at least related to Philadelphia and urban areas. And it's just been a tremendous education, seeing kind of what life with poverty is like, how it starts, how they can hopefully get out of their situations. It's been a really great education. I talk to the homeless people just like I talk to the customers too, right? So if I'm talking to a paying customer, I'm like,
how's the pizza, how's your experience, how can we get better as a business, right? And then when I'm talking to the homeless people, I'm hearing about their needs, right? So like, what do they need to better their existence, right, to get out of the situation they're in? And so, coming in and relying on our program, our free food, has basically eliminated the need for them to steal, to commit crimes of poverty to survive. If they commit those crimes, it's for other reasons. It's not for need of food, right? So it's been a pretty big inspiration in kind of talking with them how we manage the program, how we build it up. Our apparel, I think you showed a picture of a sweatshirt that we do. So we sell sweatshirts, and if you buy a sweatshirt, we give a sweatshirt away also. But on the inside of the sweatshirt is information that the homeless recipient can use for schedules of meals, computer classes, to try to get more durable resources. Yeah, there it is. More durable resources into their hands, right? Because a slice of pizza is great. It's an awesome tool to allow them to hopefully reinvest money that would be spent on food into other areas of their lives. But it sort of just treats the symptom of homelessness, and with this sweatshirt and hopefully some more initiatives that are coming down the pike, we'll focus on the cause of homelessness and try to address those. And it's like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of the cure kind of thing. So I've learned a lot about that kind of material.
Love it. Well, I know as you're sitting out there, you're going, that's such a simple idea, but so brilliant, right? And I think that's the beauty of it. It's the simple little concept. It's $1. It's a slice of pizza. And so I first heard about this. Someone had forwarded me a story about you, and then we reached out randomly.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you come to Atlanta? You're like, what am I going to do? And I remember we had put a picture of him right after I saw this story on Instagram, and it was the most liked photo we've ever had because everyone just instantly resonated with the idea. And so anyways, today,
Thank you.
we're going to try to do something cool for Philadelphia, for his community. And in everyone's bag, you guys have Post-it notes that say, #Plywood Presents, has their little logo. So if you want to buy a slice of pizza for someone in his community today for $1, then all you have to do is get that Post-it note. If you don't have them anymore, we're going to have Post-it notes out in the lobby at the break. But on our signs, when you came in, there's one that says, "You are brilliant." Just give the volunteer $1 and write something on a Post-it and put it on that sign. And we're going to take all those back, and you're going to buy pizza for your friends in Philadelphia. So join me in thanking Mason.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right.